So I want to make a quick video about my experience with Royal Tiger Imports. First I want to say they didn't do anything really wrong, and I'm not mad at them or anything. They actually handled the returns very nicely. But I want to show you what I got, why I got it, how I made a mistake, so that others don't make the same mistake. It started, well, what I ordered was, I ordered a B grade SMLE, and I ordered the original British SMLE, which was, I guess, a step up because it was $500. And then I also ordered a jungle carbine. The problem with this carbine, you can see, picture is, the bolt is a number 4 bolt, and I didn't even notice it the first day. I noticed it like the second day I really looked at it. And so, if you look at the stock, it's kind of in, the gun's refurbished, but the stock is like, doesn't match the gun. So I mean, if not for this bolt, I would have kept it and been happy with it. But because the bolt was screwed up, I started to become unhappy with it. And I sent it back, and I was open to them sending me another one with the correct bolt. But then I thought, what if I get another stock like this? And so I thought, I'd like to get some pictures before they send it back. And they said, well, that costs $100. I said, well, I'll just take the refund then, because I can't really afford to keep sending rifles back. It cost me $50 to send this gun back. So that's what I got on the number 5 from them. It was decent, but wrong bolt, and the stock is really dark. As for the SMLEs, let me find those. I got them over here. They came pretty darn dirty. I got the original British was a 1915, and I forget who made them. I think it was a BSA or LSA. The other one was a 1918. I didn't pay for a good bore, and the reason I didn't pay for a good bore was because I said to myself, if one of these comes with a bad bore, this is the 1915 on the bottom, 1918 is on the top. I figured this one, I figured I might get lucky and get a good bore. And then if this one was a bad bore, I would simply have it rebarreled, send it to a gunsmith, rebarrel it, get a new stock for it, reblue the parts, and I'd have essentially a new looking gun. I'd be like, that'd be the gun I always wanted. But when I got into conversations with a gunsmith that specializes in this stuff, he said, he said a few different things, and I was going to send them, and then I said, well, I won't send them. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to give it a try, because that was my original plan. And he said to me that if the bore is shot out, that means the receiver is pretty worn too. He said we can bring them back into specs, but after a couple of 100 rounds, they're out of spec again. So I thought, oh, okay. Well, obviously there was a lot more to, fixing these things up than I knew. I discovered in posting for advice on forums that if the bolt doesn't match the receiver, then that bolt needs to be gunsmithed to work correctly, or otherwise it's not really safe to shoot. Unlike the Mausers, where the Germans just interchanged all their parts and they worked fine. So I guess these rifles are a little more picky. So these are the guns before I cleaned them. What I did is I tore them all down and I cleaned them all out. And so that's the original when I first got them. Here's the 1918, the B grade. It had a pretty good ding in the stock there. That wasn't too bad. Back further, the smaller piece that covers right where the receiver meets the bore, that had a couple minor cracks in it. And it was only going to get worse. But it didn't look too horrible. And I actually liked the 1918 more than the 15 for a little while. So let's see this. Here they are, the other side of them. The 1915 had some down here. Had like a saw cut. Over here was a saw cut and some wood filled in, like a repair, but that piece didn't need a repair, so I don't know why it's there. It looks like they were going to do that and they didn't, and this part got pretty scuffed up. Otherwise, it's a fairly nice gun. The bore was shot out. At first, I just thought it's not really a good bore. After I looked at it a few more times, and I don't have the good one at home to compare it to, but I kind of figured that the bore is late in its life. It's maybe got 20% left. So what I did was I decided to blue these and sell them to reenactors, and I've sold them. They're on the way currently. These are the rifles after they've been cleaned and blued. They clean up really nice, but when the bore is shot, the bore is shot. Here's the other side after I blued them, reblued them. They turn out really nice. It's too bad that, you know, they're basically wall hangers, soaking in history, but I really do prefer serviceable, you know, arms if I'm collecting them. I collect German World War I helmets, steel helmets, and, you know, if they got a crack in it, I don't really care for that. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.